congratulations with the release of your new album. For people who don't know you, I saw you studied a lot of music studies, composition and such. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how that comes to your vision for Flames of Heaven?
Yes, of course. I started to play guitar by myself at age of 16, and I started since the beginning to compose. And but for me, it was not easy to find a good bandmate to realize my dream to have a high-level rock band, etc. So I started to think, what can I do by myself alone? So I started to compose symphonic music, and I attended a conservatory here in Pesaro, and the birthplace of Gioacchino Rossini. And I got to master degree, a couple of master degrees in film scoring music, and one with Luis Bacalov, who won the Oscar. And then but for me was very important this kind of path, musical path, because so orchestration is a very difficult thing to manage, to handle, but it was very useful for Flames of Heaven too. And then I've been contacted by Marco Pastorino, first of all, 10 years ago. And later I started to compose rock music, and it was a very funny thing that when I saw Michele Vioni a video on YouTube where he played sonata of Beethoven, etc. I thought I want this guy for my project, and he lives as the other guys too near my house, and I pretended to be a student of 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 a student. And but since the first lesson, I told him, "Hey Mickey, do you want to join the band, etc." And we started to arrange the first song, etc. This is a kind of funny stuff, funny thing about us.
Yeah, because I saw for this project you have quite a various lineup. How did you choose all the people you work with then?
I think that for me it was very important to be the core of the project and to compose everything, to have to check every passage, every step of the production, and was very important to find great musician but great person too, that would be able to match perfectly what I have in mind. I had to say that sometimes it's not easy when you in the beginning you have this kind of motivation, because there are a lot of crazy people outside, and I met some one of them. But if you have a bit of experience, you can avoid them, and you can make a good team with people that are okay for you and your kind of mentality.
Yeah, makes sense. Your previous release came out, was it 2022 or 2020, I think? Yeah. So, can you tell me a little bit about the transition from that one to the newest one, so people can kind of follow how have you been growing with that?
So first of all, I'd like to explain one thing. We took a lot of time, because a couple of I think that we wasted 1 year because we tried to mix and master ourselves, to have the control 100%. But this project has failed, so we need to start to the pre-productions, to the step one, and this is the reason because our delay of and because my health was not very good a couple of years ago, uh, and so this is the reason because we took 5 years. But the songs, I started to compose the songs, these songs from Symphony of the Universe, some songs even 20 years ago. So in my mind, it was um, very complete the situation, my vision of this album. So the thing that is very difficult for me is not to compose, but okay, we have all ready, but nothing is ready. I mean that we had to put the project in Cubase, start to record the production. The production itself is very long for us because I need to check everything, every note, every arrangement, everything, and is a bit slow this kind of process. But I think that in 3 years, 2 years and a half, the new album will be out. I hope so because half of it is already already my mind. So
All right. I noticed you use a lot of actual classical instruments instead of like what a lot of bands do, take things from the computer. I think, considering your background, that sounds logical to me. But how do you approach taking that along in your recordings?
so mm, in the first album, The Force Within, I decided to record the entire string section together, and then brass section together, but of course not with the strings like a live orchestra. But the sound in this new album, I changed this way to work because yeah, the strings together, the sound is better, but you cannot to edit very well, you cannot to control, you have to pray and hope that everything is gonna be okay, because when 15 people or 20 people playing together, it's often that one of them or two of them are not very tuned, are not very playing tempo or something like that, but the global sound is a bit better. uh, about the brass, this time I choose to record just digital brass because I was looking for a cinematic effect, not a classical effect, so an epic cinematic effect. So if you have a massive, a huge budget, you can you can call 8 arms and playing together, etc. And after you can put the VST, the digital sound. But with just two horn players, I decided to use just digital. And for the horns, I have to say for horns, percussions, you can use it. You can use just digital. For the strings, absolutely not, because I think that it will be impossible to emulate strings, real strings sounds.
Yeah, I agree. I think it really, you can really hear it in the sounds when you do it with this such perfections and such. I wanted to look at a couple of the songs in a bit more detail and what they are about. One of the first ones I would like to discuss is "On the Wings of Phoenix." What inspired you to have this imaging in there from the phoenix?
I was inspired as a great part of the album by the manga Saint Seiya by Masami Kurumada, and Phoenix was one of the main characters, one of the most charming character of this opera. But I think is Phoenix could be, as everyone say often, is a general message of resurrection, is to rebirth from our ashes of life and every day. I think that every dawn, every new day is we are a little phoenix every every day. So, and I am a believer, a Christian. So for me, it's it's similar of the Jesus Christ resurrection. So it's a lot of stuff together. This song for me, uh, in my soul, raised like a lot of meanings.
Okay, that's nice to hear. I think one of my personal favorites is the Midnight Riders. What story is behind that?
So Midnight Riders is the favorite of Limb because when Simone Mularoni sent me the master, we worked together 6 months alongside, so it was a very tough work. At the end, he sent me the final master with a track list. It's not the track list you have because Limb told me, yeah, I like a lot Midnight Riders, so I want that song up in the track list. Okay, in the beginning was I was not in this opinion, but I was not agreeing with him. But after we revised all the track list, so we find the right place to Midnight Riders, and the story behind is by myself. I imagine a dystopian Los Angeles after a nuclear war or something like that, and ruled by some monsters or vampires that were at the top of the society, who lives in these futuristic skyscrapers. And there are these Midnight Riders that are some sort of hope for people, a sort of rebellion that who drive this motorcycle and fight this monster to survive.
Interesting. I really like the track a lot. Then, looking a little bit at the last one, Constellations, do you see this as a sort of summary of all that was before in the album? Because I think that sounded it to me.
Yes, I think that every album um, is a sort of concept. So not just talking just about lyrics or topics, or but also for the melodies. I like to reprise some melodies and to arrange them differently in another way. So yes, I had this idea, and Michele wrote with me this. I have to say that I like this song a lot because it's for me uh, is an instrumental track that is not just an outro, it's not just an instrumental track, but is like a voice of the entire album. So I'm very glad that you asked me a question about this track because for me it's a very important. And I like the title too, because Constellations like a symphony of the universe. Summa. I mean that sometimes that is a perfect end for this title and this sort of album.
Yes, I think so too. Um, Do you have any song in the album that you really struggled with to make it work with the rest? Or
Yes, I think that the most challenging was Dark Side of Gemini.
Mhm.
Every time that I switch off my computer and started to work of this song, I say, oh, every time there is something that for me was very challenging. Sometimes the arrangements, sometimes the vocals, a lot of stuff that when I work with the other by Zoom, I say, "Oh, Chris, Dark Side of Gemini. No, please, the last, the last one." I don't know. It's for me, it's very beautiful song, very epic, very painful song, and so for it was also for me painful. So. I don't know. There are no specific reasons, but every time I had some little problem with this track.
yes, yes. All right. Now the album is going to be out. How do you think about bringing it live at some point? I mean, I think it could be an expensive experience to bring it with if fully with a lot of people live. How do you look at that? Do you think that will be a thing for you?
Do you mean a live concert?
Yeah, live concerts.
Yes. Flames of Heaven, I think that are a real band. That are not just a studio project, but
Mhm.
uh, I have to say that. Uh, I feel that Flames of Heaven are a bit more in common with a band like Stratovarius or Edguy or Avantasia than Rhapsody or very orchestral bands.
Mm.
Also for the arrangements and also for the mix. But I think that if we had a good offer after 3 or 4 albums, or maybe before, I don't know, we can think to make this step away, to step ahead, and but just 5 people playing, and
Mm.
or six if we need a keyboard player with us, and yeah, so it's not a matter of numbers. But oh, our music, of course, it's perfect also for concert with orchestra. But I think
Yeah.
that could be like if you have a chance to record a live album or a special concert in a special moment of the year or in our career. I don't know, but I'm open to all to all. So for me, now it's important to I think at least another album to release to
Yeah.
create mm, much more fan base and try to be a bit more known. And but I have to say that the review that we are receiving about Symphony of the Universe are crazy, are amazing. And all the reviewers feel that it's a sort of special album because you can feel every passage is there is a special treatment, a special caring of it. Nothing, there is not no filler. All it was at 100% of us. So there is nothing more to do.
All right, sounds great. Um, last question that I have, and I ask that to everyone who's in this series. Do you have a Christmas wish or some wisdom that you want to share with the world?
My Christmas wish is not for well, for me, just to have a bit more health, because when I'm involved in Flames of Heaven, sometimes my soul is in another dimension, and my body sometimes suffering about it, because when I'm in the composition production, it's very stressful. So for me, I hope a bit more calm, calm and peace for my family and all of my friends and fans, all people who love music. But I wish that all this world needs a bit help from for the believers from God, for the non-believers from the humans, because I don't like in this moment how the world is. So first of all, I pray for peace, and I pray that every person can grow up spiritually and stop looking for every time for money, for selfish. They are too selfish. People are too selfish, and the most important thing to spreading love, and not to make war. I know that this sounds a bit old, but mm, I hope a better future for this world. This is what I pray for.
Yes, now that are some really nice words, I think, to share. Thank you very much for your time. I hope we get to meet someone. All right, thank you.